ang atong buhaton karon, atong limpyuhan tong ato ang Pernary Garden para nga pagdaghan na sa ato ang mga bisita. So nga ato ang fern daghan siya. Budugang po tagtanom sa other area pa nga ato ang katamnan. So na-form ang Balinsasaya Twin Lakes Farmers Association. Pinaagi sa ato ang Office of the Provincial. So karon nga ginahinay na og kuan nga nanang ato ang mga ecotourism activity, ato ang guiding, ato ang mga boating activity. So nakalikom na, naka-earn nagpundo ang ato ang Balinsasaya Twin Lakes Farmers Association nga makapadalagan nga kanang kami ragyod sa pinaagi sa amuang mga opisyalis ug mga membro.
Nakasugod kog trabaho dire 2009. Sa pagsugod nako og trabaho daghan ming bisita itong mga panahon na pagkakaron nga naatay COVID. Mingaw na tagbisita dire. Kumparar sa una lahi na gud kaayo.
Kami dire sir pag wala nang turista marag wan mi kadumi sa COVID minus mig pring hambuyan pagkakaron. Wala income kayo. Tapos di pumi maka kita og lain trabaho. Napigtahan gud tanan. Sa una nga daghang bisita medyo okay kayo nga buhi karon nga wala na. Luga-luga gud ta ini. Ang gibuhat guro sa nga pagka aron nga COVID pa ta. Dagas og lubi. Ug kabaligya-baligya ra mig inagmay nga manok. Kumuhaan sa pingabuyan tapos na aramay mga tanong dito sa akong pares. Kamote, langhoy, saging. Kabag-abag ra gusang pinangabuyan. Ay isip mo kayo man tay kapuntahan.
Before na COVID, sir, kuan kanang amo ang maluto dire nami makahurot og mga pulo ka kilong manok. Sa una mao man ni among katong before COVID mao ni amo ang mabutangan og mga order pasunod number 1 hantod unsa nga kuan lugos namang gani namo masunod og kuan sir luto kay tungod sa kadaghan. Pagkakaron sir, kuan mingaw na kaayo. Nagani sa iska adlaw walay magpaluto na mo dire.
Alahara ko kay sa una kay karon sa una magsinubra man ang piningabuhi. Daghan namang mga turist taga laing lugar. Kumpara pagkakaron, ultimo taga atuan din ni. Wala na gani. Ga duty with dire. Anay panahon nga wagoy bisita. Wagi mi income madlag pulis amuha. Sa wala purong sakita, ako motor dire ra gud impas. Siyempre kabulan ako motor, ikas pagkuha na impas dire. Ani ra among bangka-bangka. Kay dagko mutog income. Karon, dugos sa kita kapalit sa kilong bugas. Ay wa na gima, income na to ini.
Before COVID, maka-income na ay 20,000 sa iska adlaw ra na siya. Dayon karon, gikan atong July 18 nag-open mi dire. Gamay gud may kayog income matag adlaw na aragoy kuan na itag 200 kapin sa matag adlaw.
Karong panahon na layo og sa una. Sa una medyo kita sa adlaw, inam hurot ka anos ka semana. Kumpara karon. Daghan po kayo ngubulahan mga kauban.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Hayang
Let us praise ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear God, we offer everything to you during this webinar. May we ask for your blessing and divine providence that the lessons set for this undertaking be successful and effective. May we also retain the invaluable knowledge and learning experience that we derive from this webinar for actual application when we end this session. We pray that you bless all the committees in charge, that they fulfill their tasks responsibly, that the objectives they have set may all be achieved. Your generous blessing would mean the success of this seminar. We know that without it, we can do nothing. May we be living witnesses of your genuine love through the implementation of the knowledge acquired through this seminar. Grant us your divine wisdom as we go about our daily tasks after this seminar. This we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Whether it's a location, food, an item, or an experience. All of these can reach an infinite number of people when shared in the digital space. Come, let's learn digital marketing.
Hello, Philippines. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Department of Trade and Industry Region 7's new webinar series, Digital Marketing Strategies for MSMEs. I am Georgie Villamor, your host and moderator for this afternoon. This new series, Digital Marketing Strategies for MSMEs, is an online course that aims to help MSMEs understand the concept of digital marketing and how it can help businesses promote their brands online. To provide actionable digital marketing recommendations for MSMEs to grow their business despite having a low budget for marketing. And lastly, to create a digital marketing strategies for MSMEs to increase their revenue and customers. The future of business in the digital, to making your business go digital. So what are we waiting for? Let's start. May I call on the DTI Region 7 Assistant Regional Director, Ms. Elena Arbon, for the opening remarks. Ma'am, you can have the whole screen. Take it away.
Hi, Georgie.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you today?
Hello, guys.
I like your background.
Oh, yeah, there's a grand piano somewhere there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar series on digital marketing strategies for MSMEs. We conceptualized this webinar to achieve basically two objectives. One is to upskill DTI staff. We're currently hand-holding MSMEs in their e-commerce journey. And another is to formally introduce and train our MSMEs on digital marketing, which, as we all know, is now part of this landscape called the new normal. The pandemic has forced us to look at things in a new perspective. We need to be more creative. We need to utilize tech tools that hitherto we were all very uncomfortable to use. Now, COVID has forced us. And in a very perverse way, I feel glad because now we are motivated to adapt digital. Basically, we are building the plane while it's flying. I have always been amused whenever I hear this line, but we are really smack in the middle of doing so. This is why DTI 7 formed digital marketing teams at the regional and provincial office levels. These teams are currently charged with 1, hand-holding our MSMEs in digital marketing, 2, handle DTI 7 FB campaign strategies because we need to beef up our social media engagements capability, and 3, explore how we can do a social media campaign for a buy local, support local campaign for MSMEs. So this is why if you look around who are inside the Zoom webinar, it's a combination of DTI people, DTI 7 people, and MSMEs in Region 7. So I would say there are about more than 100 participants now inside the Zoom webinar room. There are DTI 7 people. There are our MSMEs from all over Region 7, from Cebu, Bohol, Negros Oriental, and Siquijor. And there are even, I think, from the Negros Oriental Chamber of Commerce and Industry and some member companies of the chamber participating right now. We are broadcasting this event via FB Live to also share the learning to as many people as we can. Digital Marketing Strategies for MSMEs is an 8-part series which will happen every Thursday starting today. So the topic for today is Introduction to Digital Marketing. Next week, Thursday, will be about knowing and reaching out to your customers online. The third week, we will have e-commerce, how to sell your products online. The fourth week, we will do content marketing, using content to promote your brand. On the fifth week, we will have social media marketing, using social media to connect with your customers. Sixth week, Facebook and Instagram marketing tips for MSMEs. Seventh week, Facebook ads for beginners to promote your products online. And on the 8th week, new digital marketing strategies to explore beyond 2020. The format is actually like a webinar workshop. For those inside the Zoom room, we will have assignments. Each session will have its own specific output. At the end of 8 weeks, when we stitch all the outputs together, we will now have in our hands a very own digital marketing campaign strategy. So for those who are not inside the Zoom webinar, but watching us through FB Live, you just follow the lectures. All the content will be shared to you, even what needs to be done. So you can do it on your own. And if you need help, you can always visit the nearest Negosyo Center or DTI office in your locality, and we will gladly help you on your journey. So let's all take advantage of this opportunity. We are building the plane while it's flying. We need all hands on deck. It's a messy setup that we have right now, but we need to learn on the fly so that we remain relevant to the times, both for DTI and for MSMEs. Nobody, even if DTI is government, we need to learn, relearn, and learn so that we can help our MSMEs, so that we have the capacity, the capability to handhold our MSMEs in their digital journey. So guys, sit back and relax. It will not be like I hope it will not be like just a webinar that, you know, we listen to and then forget about it. We will be taking note of the assignments, and then we hope that by December, is it December when we're done with all the sessions, then we can have something substantial to show for the learnings and the efforts that we will be doing within the next 8 weeks. So good luck and enjoy. I guess learning, to me, learning is always fun. So I always say, relax and enjoy. Enjoy the ride, enjoy the learning, and take the opportunity. And never forget this favorite line. We are building the plane while it's flying. So we need all of you. We need all of you. All of us has to be on deck. We need all hands on deck, not only DTI, but our MSMEs, because we need everyone to help us grow back the economy, the robust economy that we had like 8 months ago. Okay, so that's it for me, guys, and see you on the front stage. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that inspirational welcome message, Ma'am Nanette. Keep safe. Now, before we head on straight to the main speaker, I want to give you a preview of today's topic. Let me present to you a colorful, creative personality, called Mr. David Jones Kua. David, are you ready? Take it away.
Tastes like consumerism. Hi, my name is David. Hey David? Yes, David. Why is your talk pre-recorded? Oh, that's easy. I think Zoom talks are stupid. And why? Because I am a performer. I thrive off the energy of an audience, and if I can't see or hear anybody, I might as well be talking to a wall, which I've been doing for the rest of quarantine. Also, special effects and background music. Can't do that loud now, can you? Today, we're supposed to talk about something we're passionate about, but I have a habit of turning my passions into my profession. So, the only hobby I have left is
our biggest deals with free shipping. Basta shopping sa Shopee.
Yes, my only hobby is spending money. The world has been thrust into isolation, but luckily we have the internet, and one can argue life didn't really stop, it just moved online. Which means a lot of businesses that were reluctant to go digital are now forced to. And I know the internet can be a confusing place, but we are here to help. Now, most videos and blogs will tell you, make a website, be online. Well, duh. This is a practical guide on how your business should be on the internet from the perspective of a consumer. Now, what makes me credible to talk about this? Girl, and that was just last Tuesday. Now you also might be thinking, I've been doing business for 50 years. Why should I listen to this little gay boy? Well, see, that was nice when you had your brick and mortar store with your great location and high foot traffic. But this is the internet. There's 50 of you selling the same shit. So listen up, bitch. For this talk, we will be using the philosophy of one of the most successful e-commerce sites in the world, Amazon. A few years ago, the tech world's buzzword was frictionless. What does it mean to be frictionless? It means making it easy for your customers from start to finish and removing as many bottlenecks and stops as possible. Why? Because as you know, if you give a customer enough stops and bottlenecks, they'll have time to realize, do I really need this new hydro flask? Who's gonna see me drink from a reusable bottle in the pandemic? They'll think, doesn't he have any glasses at home? Here is a 5-point checklist for any business going online. And it's about time. Number 1, make yourself findable. You are not an online personality picking a platform based on how authentic it is to you. You are a company trying to make money, so you need to be everywhere. The more findable you are, the more leads you can generate. Because
I want to be where the people are.
That's right, Ariel. If you are an SME, consider Facebook or Instagram. Both have shop options. And I personally have bought a lot of things from Facebook Marketplace, the divisoria of the internet. If you are a larger business, you might want to consider having your own e-commerce shop. There are tools online like Shopify, which allows you to create a website focused on e-commerce. In fact, Kylie Cosmetics was built on Shopify. And if you don't know what Kylie Cosmetics is, damn girl, you really do need our help. It also helps to apply to existing e-commerce sites like Lazada and Shopee. Or if you're a food-based business, apps like GrabFood, especially if you're a food-based business because people are moody when they're hungry and they ain't got time to wait. Number 2, leave nothing to the imagination. Because we're on the internet, customers don't have the ability to touch and hold the products in their hands before making a purchase. It is your job to make customers feel like they're actually holding the product in their hands. Be specific about specifications, such as dimensions, weight, wattages, voltages, and other electrical that I don't understand and need to ask my straight friends. Nice photos with great lighting are great for ads. Consumers prefer products in real-life settings for listings. Having customers leave photos or reviews is probably one of the biggest deciding factors when making purchases online. All these things make it easier for a customer when making a decision. Number 3, response time, or, but daddy, I want it now! As a consumer, I'm clicking every possible option of the same product and messaging every seller. And because I'm behind the keyboard, I have no shame in ghosting you when I find you for a better option. I mean, people do it for dating, why wouldn't they do it for things they're buying? A good rule of thumb, if the item is cheaper, consumers will have less patience. Consumers are more willing to wait out more expensive products for better options. Number 4, payment methods. Creating more payment options does not cost you anything. COD is great, but do you really want to be touching money during a pandemic? Girl, you don't know where that bill has been. Actually, you know where that bill has been. You have put that bill in places that you won't tell your mother. Bank transfers are a great option, but so are fintech apps like Gcash. Make it easy for your customer to pay you. Number 5, there's so many delivery apps now, and we're all much better for it. People who shop online are already used to shouldering delivery costs and don't mind booking the app themselves, especially when they're using credits on apps like Grab and Lalamove. For shipments nationwide, it's good for you to keep a record of how much it would cost to ship to the major cities in the country. Since you already know the size and weight, every courier has a rate calculator on their website. Here's a bonus tip: have a script and images. These will help you avoid misinformation and miscommunication. Now, graphics are great for showcasing products, but I absolutely hate when sellers put account numbers, addresses, and phone numbers as graphics. This may help you, but it makes it difficult for the consumer as they need to input these numbers themselves, leaving room for error on something as delicate as an account number. These types of information should be sent as a text. That way, consumers can copy these numbers and paste them when they're switching apps. Of course, the most important thing is to observe consumer behavior and adjust accordingly. Thanks for watching, and have a great hyper-capitalistic day.
Thank you, David, for filling us in on the importance of bringing your business online. He's quite a character, David, I mean. Yes, DTI is definitely doing its part to equipping you with relevant webinars to help you navigate your way in this new normal situation. And now, without further ado, let's start our e-learning session. Are you all excited? I am. Before we begin, I'd like to inform everyone that if you have questions or clarifications during the webinar, please type in on the chat box. Our speaker will answer you during the Q&A portion later. So without further ado, please help me welcome digital marketing expert and consultant, founder and CEO of Bisaya Digital, Mr. Rome Nicolas Bonsocan. Take it away, Rome.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Digital Marketing Strategies for Local MSMEs. And for this is an 8th session. And for today, we'll be talking about the introduction to digital marketing. So in this lesson, we'll be discussing about the concepts of digital marketing, and we'll also describe the process and what needs to be done. And basically, it's an overview of the entire 8th session training that we'll be doing. So hello to everyone. And yeah, I'm so glad to have you here in this talk. And it's a privilege for me, an entrepreneur and a digital marketer, to actually share my knowledge to you and impart something to your lives. And hopefully, this talk will be fruitful, and you'll get something from this that you can apply to your own businesses and local local entrepreneurship journey. So, um, so to start with, recently there is this Apple event. Last week was the launch of the famous iPhone 12. And this lineup has actually, I wanted to start this talk with this moment in technology, especially now in 2020, because it's one of the highlights in the tech industry. And I wanted to make it a point that basically in this day and age, a lot of people who don't understand technology are actually having gadgets under hands. They have phones, they have smartphones, they have laptops, and in fact, ang katong mga walay idea there is a Philippines about technology, but they already have different gadgets in their hands. Mo na nga, gone are the days nga ang mga businesses kailangan na lang magsalig. And also, we've seen that nga gone are the days nga mga newspapers, radios, and TV. It's no longer this traditional advertising. Dili na siya kaayo mo work today, especially people are at home. People are on their mobile phones most of the times of the day. So in this day and age, we're getting closer to actually embracing digital fully. Nowadays, especially with how the pandemic has taken its toll on our everyday lives, we heavily rely on digital tools such as laptops, and not just laptops, but also mobile phones. And because of the internet that's connecting all these laptops and all these gadgets that we have at home, it actually changed the way we work, the way we live our life. So before, when we talk about advertising, the first thing we come to mind are radio spots or TV or print ads that I mentioned earlier. But right now, it's already the internet, the boom of the internet. Like everyone is dominating the game. They continue to exist today, the traditional advertising, but there's a new form of advertising that has started to emerge and overpower the rest of the traditional form of advertising. And this is what we call digital marketing. So when we browse our Facebook, our Instagram, and our social media platforms, we're seeing actually a lot of ads on these platforms. They have one thing in mind: to sell a product, to sell a service. And if your company is not yet online, then you're losing this big chunk of a market share. Pwede na to sila mahimo nga customers. If before, our idea of marketing is always about team management, strategy, success, search, profit, and all these concepts of marketing, mo-apply ni siya for both traditional and also karon nga digital. So what I am saying is marketing is the action of a business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. So that's the definition of marketing. So as you can see, kay maklaro na to nga it's actually about selling and promoting a product. So digital marketing is just another type of marketing, but ang difference lang niya kay you don't have to leave your home. Especially now nga everyone is staying at home. So you can still do digital marketing and you can sell to these peoples in their comfort of their home. So if before, these are the different types of different brands marketing, different foundations and fundamentals that we've learned in school, and also we've probably applied this to our own businesses, such as research, advertising. For example, sa research, kay important dyan na nga we do our own research to the product and to what service we're offering. Kay bauta kinsa ang also atong competitors, kinsa ang atong unsa atong mga opportunities for us to sell this product. Advertising, it's basically getting yourself across to your audience through different means. Like there are different advertising campaigns that we can create to hit our target audience. Customer. It is important at the start of any marketing campaign is understanding your customers. If you don't know who your customer is, then you're probably not gonna sell that product. And also another misconception is your customer is everyone. You wanted your customer to be everyone, but it's not always the case. You're not Coke. You're not Coca-Cola nga. Kaya mo sell to everyone. In fact, lisod kayo ka mangita og product if naaman nga ang ilang market kay actually everyone. And if ina naman ang case, usually it involves a lot of budget. Because lain-lain sila nga people, lain-lain nga interest, so lain-lain nga campaign message among need. Mao na nga important nga kay baw ka kinsa imong customer. Kisa gyud imong core audience nga mo palit sa imong product, sa imong service para you'll focus different marketing strategies towards hitting this particular audience. And also the internet. This entire digital marketing series that we're doing is focused on utilizing the internet and making it favorable for us, business owners, entrepreneurs nga we're actually selling our products to people who actually are online. So promotion, product, and branding, and strategy. So these are different parts of strategy that we need to understand and develop. And along this journey of 8-week na tong program, I will be talking about these more and more. Specifically, we'll have a different session. We'll discuss more about promotion, especially in the context of digital. So that involves content marketing, social media marketing, and a lot of digital strategies nga atong katunon. So mao na siya ang kanisya. But what makes digital marketing so appealing in today's businesses? Unsa kaha? Do you have any idea? Like what makes a digital marketing successful today? Probably you're thinking because everyone is online. Everyone has a phone, as we've mentioned. And a lot of people are actually starting to understand the value of going online. And that we as business owners is either, if we want to strive the next decade, especially now 2020 to 2030, here in the Philippines, there's already a lot of clamor to go online, and businesses are already investing different resources, different strategies to go online. And in our session, we'll focus more on starting your own business, business and promoting it online using humble means. Like dili lang to kailangan mo gasto o dagko kayo nga mga budgets to actually do all these campaigns, but we'll start small. So, and then probably when we start small and we see some traction, we see some success, only then we can continue to actually consider growing and improving our different strategies that we're doing. And the reason why we're doing this is because people are online. Our customers are already online. So before we go on to this slide and to this topic, I have a question for you. What aspect of marketing, either traditional or digital, are you familiar with? And what do you love about this particular strategy or platform? So are you very familiar with TV, with radio, with newspaper, with social media, with websites, or is there a particular thing that a different platform nga comfortable kayo mo, especially now karon, like this has been the bread and butter of your current business, so you can think of that, try to continue to think of that, and probably for the questions later you can ask me about like unsa nga different strategies nga pwede na to ma-apply, especially now that customers are online. So another area nga atong mastoryahan gyud is how is this online helping your business, going online helping your business, and what are the ways to actually target our customers? How can we create strategies nga ang atong mga customers kay ma-interested in? So these are some of the problems that I've personally, in my experience as a digital marketer, kay we've helped solve these problems sa mga business owners nga we've actually helped create digital marketing campaigns. So as you may know, I focus mainly on creating Facebook ads, optimizing all these campaigns to create a profitable e-commerce business. So that's what I do for a living. And actually, we've realized in creating the campaigns with this client is we definitely have to know unsay mga interests sa atong customers. And there are advanced strategies in Facebook ads nga pwede na to ma-apply to actually not just target always new audience. We can target those audiences nga we've already targeted before but are not yet buying our products, or probably nagpalit sila pero isa lang ka product. We wanted repeat purchases. So again, atong goal ba as a business is not just one-time customers. We wanted our customers nga magbalik-balik sa ato. We wanted them to actually buy more product, enjoy the services, and at the end of the day, it's about the brand experience. So how comfortable are they and how happy they are sa mga gipangbuhat nila, sa gipangbuhat nato nila. So mo na siya ang kailangan nato i-tackle diri sa entire course. So digital marketing promotes and sells these products and services by leveraging online marketing tactics such as social media, search marketing, and email marketing. So these are some of the many different online strategies we can do. In fact, we'll also be tackling about influencer marketing and an SEO, and daghan kitag pwede mabuhat. Pero ang isa siguro sa mga problem na sa mga businesses ron is sa kadaghan nga pwede buhat doon, asa man gyud dapat ato i-focus? Unsa nga strategy dapat patanaan ni tanan? Or is it enough nga if we're doing social media now, kanilang siya? So how can we, as business owners with limited resources, focus our energies to strategies that can work for us, and unsa atong pwede mabuhat to make sure nga we're actually growing our business, but also with the limited resources nga ato i-utilize as we grow our business. So we can't do everything at once, that's for sure. And we may have to start somewhere, especially sa context sa Philippines, sa Region 7, sa Visayas and Mindanao. Atong mahunahunaan, siguro makahunahon nata nga, we can just focus our energies with social media. We can start with that. Social media marketing is very effective, especially if utilized properly. Daghantag mga a lot of companies have seen successes over the last several years growing their business online. And there are different strategies to actually do that, and we'll tackle them one by one. So one strategy at a time. And you may not need to apply everything at once, but there is sa atong course, what we will be doing is I will let you know the different strategies you can do, and it's really up to you. Asa imo mas ganahan, asa mas applicable. Although we'll also try to discuss some pros and cons of these different strategies of digital marketing in general. So mo na siya atong i-discuss next. And as you've seen, there are different websites online, and these websites are actually daghan kayong mga platforms where you can sell. So we'll be discussing e-commerce and different strategies you can do to actually sell your products and your services online in a later, I think sa session 3 na to, kaya we'll be discussing more about e-commerce and social and online business. How as say most effective o sa pinakamaayo sa imong business. But for today, we'll just go an overview of the entire entire 8 weeks. So Another thing siguro is virality. This has been a buzzword for the past years nga. Our goal for social media marketing is to go viral. Things like that. Siguro like every business owner, if na sila mag-ask like someone to do social media kay, did we go viral? Did we go viral? So nasa yung ina ng mga questions. Although, I'd like to point out that virality doesn't necessarily guarantee success. Kay depende po, like, pero it can definitely reach out mileage, but you have to understand what's the goal of your campaign. Is it just getting the buzz around, or you wanted people to actually to buy your product, or probably you guide them in a journey, like for example you get their emails and then we can send them some campaigns later on, or they follow your page. And basically, another also mas important siguro nga i-highlight na to with social media, following a page doesn't mean anything much nowadays, but it's much better if these people have actually at least sent us a private message. Because in this way, we can create several messaging campaigns on Facebook, utilizing different tools that we'll be discussing later on in this course. And pwede na to matarget ang people who message us. And it's much better this way because not a one-on-one relationship. And we also, as much as bad, mo na nga, if you notice nga, daghang mga campaign nga, mag-ask sila nga, PM us on Facebook. Why are they doing this? So mag-wonder siguro ta nga, why do businesses like to actually promote this messaging? It's because if these businesses have no websites, have no nothing resources, asking these people to message us is a direct way, is the most effective way to actually convert this audience into possible customers in the future. So we'll be discussing more about that. And also, another one is branding. Siguro makaingot na branding is just about design, having a nice logo. It's not. And you've probably heard this before, but actually branding is the entire customer experience. How are your customers loving or hating your brand? So there's this perception. It's more about perception. So creating an awesome brand is about perception. Like you're making people like, oh, this brand is cool. Going back to our example earlier about Apple, like nga naman nga magkamahal ng mga products na wala nilang charger and everything, people are still buying iPhones. People wanted to buy iPhones. Why? It's because Apple has created a brand nga people really like or hate, depende which spectrum are you coming from. Because there are those people who actually don't like Apple at all. So there are those fraction of people. Although on the other hand, there are those people nga baligyan ni mag any product from Apple, they just buy it. And one of the reason is because all their products work seamlessly with each other. Like lisod siya i-explain, but let's just say, for example, if you have an iPhone and you have an AirPods and you have a MacBook, if maminaw ka sa imong music using sa imong iPhone, and then let's say ganang ka ibalhin ang music, nag-play kag video sa imong MacBook. So without doing anything, automatic siya nga actually mo play ang music sa imong nga mo pause imong iPhone nga music, mo start imong video sa Facebook, sa YouTube for example, you're watching a video. So mo balhin siya automatic. So these things they're done automatically. Unlike if you get a non-Apple device like a wireless earbuds nga from a competitor baron Samsung, Xiaomi or kisa pa. If you do that, you may have to manually switch on Bluetooth and it's a hassle. I've been experiencing the same, and I understand nga it's a hassle. And customers doesn't like hassle. They want instant. They want everything now. Mao lagi na isa sa mga issue with e-commerce. They want everything now. They want everything to be delivered now. They can't wait. People don't like to wait. And how do we do that? We respond to them in a timely manner. So, mga sana nga, dila mo sulod si social media. nga because social media is right there and there 24/7. So depende on what kind of customer experience you want to make. So we can reply to their messages. Although as you grow your business, it's important to have certain times lang. You can send us a message from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So kaya nara kay gi-assign nga mga to reply to those. And for the rest, you can have automated messages nga sent to them. Nga we'll be replying in this, but you can send us your concerns, or you can create different strategies nga automated messages nga pwede nito mabuhat. So what are the advantages of digital marketing? As we've discussed earlier, there are certain advantages and disadvantages of going into digital. So we'll discuss some advantages of digital marketing. So number one is massive reach. Like because we're interconnected with the help of the internet, our marketing campaigns have a potential to be seen not only by our locality sa itong masilingan, but also by the whole world. Also, exaggeration kinang whole world nga. Everything, tanan na lang kaya imo na lang i-market imong product sa entire world. Although it's possible, but do understand that there's language barrier. So that's definitely an area nga mo na nga localized campaigns are much better. While massive reach may mean the entire world, think of it smaller scale, and more realistic na scale. Like, if naka sa Cebu City, you have this business and you can do deliveries, siguro much better if i-target yung mga Visayas and Mindanao. So that's an area. Or if nakay food delivery, if nakay food product na isal, instead of i-target lang mo sa mong masilingan, and we can't do that now because we're all stuck at home and we encourage people to stay at home, what we can do is we use digital marketing to actually promote this product to people in Cebu City, Talisay, Lapu-Lapu, Mandaue. So these areas nga, we may not be able to go there physically, but we can deliver. We can deliver to those areas easily. Also, there are already a lot of apps and different startups that have been created for deliveries, for food deliveries, and daghan kaayo nga mga they're utilizing technology to actually grow their business. And if you're one of those companies, okay, you're basically helping a lot of people. But also at the same time, you may just actually continue to learn from them and to utilize these resources that we have, and to utilize these resources that we have. Another advantage is cost efficiency. Because of a specific targeting techniques that digital platforms employ when you advertise with them, marketing has become more affordable as long as it's done properly. So mo to siya. Probably you've heard this a lot, but just in case atong wala pa nakadungog, billboards, TV, radio ads, they cost thousands of pesos, if not millions. Like, if na kay mga prime time nga mga ads, like these are very expensive kaayo. But with digital marketing, you can start with 50 pesos. You can start with just 100 peso per day. Like that's how low you can go with the budget thing, and you don't need to have a lot of resources to actually jumpstart. Your smartphone is enough. Your smartphone can record videos, can take awesome photos. So you just have to create some strategies. But we'll go more into that in the social media nga topic later on in this course. So I'll giving you tips how to utilize social media, how to utilize all these platforms. Nga you may not need to actually invest a lot of financial resources, but we'll use our skills that have brought us to actually start this business. And another advantage of digital marketing is real-time tracking. thanks to Google Analytics, to Facebook Business Suite, and it's actually easy now to see what's working and what's not. It's called data-driven, data-centric marketing. So we're using real-time data coming from our audience, which of our ads is actually working, which of our social media campaign is working, which of our blog posts people are searching for, people are reading, taking time, like how long these people are reading our blogs. So we will know those things. So we have this data, and we can use this information to improve our marketing campaigns, to improve what kind of strategies we create, and how we can basically utilize all these data to improve our overall performance of digital marketing. Another one is personalization. So, personalization is, ang difference sa traditional marketing and digital marketing is, here's the digital, you're actually, unlike sa traditional nga, you may be like one to many, like you have to create one certain ad nga that would target everyone. So one billboard. So same na everyone can see. But in social media, you can personalize. You can create a different caption, a different image to those people, nga teenagers, like for moms, for dads, and for lolas and lolas. So we can definitely all do this because of digital marketing. Another advantage is openness, like building communities, building customer loyalty. So these advantages, this openness that we have with our products and services actually enable us to grow our business. And if you plan carefully and produce digital content, engagement from your target customers is inevitable, and virality would come into horizon, helping you market your products and services to more people. So that's basically how we can utilize social media. So in a later course, as we've discussed, so we'll focus more of this social currency and how we can utilize social media to actually grow our business. So another advantage of digital marketing is high conversion rates. Like when you integrate digital processes with your existing business flows, you remove many unnecessary transactions that customers need to go through, like making a phone call or going to a shop. These processes help you increase your conversion rates. Remember nga, people like to see things, to get things now, nga kung we mentioned earlier. So this is it. Nga, because of digital nga, if kinahanglan ka, for example, naka sa mong balay, naguban ka og, let's say, naguban ka phone, ganahan ka, mupalit og bago phone, char. Kung ganahan mo palit og phone, you can just basically go to marketplace or buy online. Then people nearby you can deliver it to you right then and there. Although another better example, siguro, and mas realistic is face masks and all of these face shield in the past couple of weeks and months. Nga, people are staying at home and they wanted to buy face mask. Here in Cebu City, personal experience nako is I've bought a lot of these mga things through Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger Marketplace to be specific. Then message these people and nara sila, like deliver nila to me. I-deliver nila ang mga products that I need to me right then and there. Like it's just a couple of hours or minutes from the time nga I started looking for the item, pwede siya ma-deliver. And like before nga, you have to maligo pa ka, go to a mall or somewhere to buy, to look for ano. Then right from your home, nga bago lang ka mata, you can look for different competitors. You can message a lot of them. As David earlier mentioned, pwede ka mag-ghosting. Pwede ka mag-ghosting sa katong mga sellers nga di na nimo ganahan. Kung mag-ghosting man gani sa love, ganun dili man sa mga baligya. So that's one way of advantage of doing digital marketing. So to recap, so that's massive reach, cost efficiency, real-time tracking, personalization, openness, social currency, and high conversion rates. So that's the advantage. And of course, since we mentioned about advantage, so let's not forget the different disadvantages of digital marketing as well. So it's not just about positive. Dapat there's challenges, especially like for this one. I'm recording this talk because one of the challenges that we see is having unstable internet connection at home. Nga dali ka sila mawala and everything. So we're doing all these to actually accommodate and make sure nga we're doing the best for you. So this different disadvantages of digital marketing include skills and training. Like what we're doing now is actually training. We're training you guys to understand digital marketing and how you can use this to help your business and to help others businesses. If you're unfamiliar with the technology, you may need to take more of this. Although, akong ma-learn ninyo is we'll be having an online course that you can enroll for free, and that's also part of this course. Now, you can just enroll there, and I'll be giving more of the resources. These resources that I've used to actually to get to where I am now. As you actually, isa sa akong ma-share na nyo is my skills na ko with digital marketing are learned from experience. I've learned that I've attended trainings and skills mostly online. Actually, I've digested online articles, online courses, and applied this with the different businesses I've helped. And most of the things siguro nga ako na learn is from the experience itself rather than from the course. Although it is important to know the basics, to know the fundamentals. Kaya if wala ka kaibaw, maglisod ka. Like maglisod siguro ka og sabot unsa ni siya, like how can move it forward. But the good thing is everything is basically a Google away. So what you can do is it's a search in the internet. So that's the good thing about it. Although it takes time. It takes time. Like any endeavor, learning all of these takes time. It's not instant. Yeah, it's not just I want to do digital marketing, but I want it now. Pero I don't have to learn anything. Kaya wala ko time ana. If you don't have time, then it's best to outsource it to someone else. But with limited budget, we may need to spend some time training ourselves, getting into courses and resources that are available online for free most of the times. So we can just use this to actually learn about digital marketing and how we can apply it to our own businesses. And another disadvantage is having a high competition. Remember the example with face mask? Like I've messaged a lot of people. Like I think mga 8 people ako na message about face mask. And out of the 8 people, 3 ang reply on the spot. Like within 5 minutes, they responded to me. And out of the 3, ang cheapest and nearest, apparently, swertehan ko nga, ang cheapest o nearest kay doon lang ako, like walking distance from my area. So, siya nakadaog. So, dito ko niya ipalit. But for the rest, it may take, so mo na siya nga, it's a challenging place. Like, while we see like everyone is online, let's not forget that yes, a lot of our customers are online, but our competitors are also online. That's why we need to level up our game. It's not just enough that we have a Facebook page. It's not just enough that we have a website. We need to get our resources running. We need to get people clicking our websites, messaging us, inquiring about our products, or else we're losing the game. So that's just the reality with digital marketing. Another also issue with digital marketing is everyone has a say. Pwede ta makasulti. We can leave positive, but at the same time, negative reviews. And if you've remembered Twitter, these past few months, especially like grabe kaayong cancel culture sa Twitter. Like masayap lang ka kaisa, kay i-hate, i-backlash na ka. This can happen also to brands. Like if grabe ang negative impact niya sa business, but at the same time, if you can handle these properly, you'll be able to actually to change the mindset of people. Like sometimes negative reviews are just exaggeration. People are just heightened by that time nga they left that review. But later on, they may be able to understand the situation better, give you a more humane nga response. And that also happened to me. Like, I've given a number of negative reviews in the past, but some of the brands reached out and they've explained their side and that they're sorry. And sometimes all we need is just a little compassion from these brands, and then things will be better. No one's perfect. Nobody's perfect. What we can do is just accept that of our mistakes, improve, and be humane, and understand our customers. So, mo na siya, negative reviews are disadvantages, but the good thing is we can approach these people. There are ways to respond. And we may not be able to delete their Facebook reviews sa atong mga Facebook pages, but we can respond. We can respond messages privately, or we can just leave a comment and help them understand the situation. Sometimes people just wanted that attention. And also another disadvantage is security and privacy. So this has been an issue, a global issue, generally, hacking, viruses, and data leaks. Like, yung mga photos there sa phones, basta na-leak na sa internet, uploaded without your permission. So that's another area. So with all these different disadvantages of social media, what can we do as marketers? What can we do to actually to lessen this? So mani siya ang different disadvantages. So another reflection siguro, pwede na ito na on later, is with all these disadvantages, is it worth it? Are we doing enough to actually address these? Attending this training is one step to actually address the disadvantages, and we make it to our own benefit. For the rest, you can think about that and try to answer later. But what does a digital marketer do? So we're at a point now, we're trying to understand what are the different parts of digital marketing. As a pandemic has taken all the toll in the employment sector, the freelancing industry has opened its doors to remote workers who would like to offer their marketing services to business online. So that's what I do with my business, Bisaya Digital. We're a small team. We help businesses, actually mostly international, coming from the US. We help them with their different solutions. We solve their problems. So that's what we've been doing. So mano siya. So this is also a potential for those, if you're interested to go into freelancing, although that's another topic, but that's an option that you can do, that you can definitely choose. But if you want to focus on your business, what we can do is we focus on different strategies that we can improve. And the scope of these digital marketing course has covered, I guess, about 6. So we'll be tackling about 6 in the 6 topics, but we have 8 sessions. So we have different sessions. So we have next session will be basically understanding our customers. So that's the heart of everything we do here in digital market. In digital marketing, the heart is actually knowing our customers, knowing what they want and what we can do to help them. And yeah, the first part of of digital marketing is social media. We've discussed this for the past several minutes that I've been talking. Like, I've been mentioning a lot of social media. So we have a session for that. Then session 3 is about e-commerce, starting your e-commerce store. Although there are courses that are specific to e-commerce, although intended na siya actually a course for e-commerce businesses, but how to start your online store. Probably you've already started, some of you, but for the benefit of those nga wala pa idea, so we also have a session for this, and we have also a session for content writing, like how can we use content marketing, how can we use content to address and to help our businesses. And also we'll have a short part with SEO, since it's another technical lesson, but basically think of it that SEO, search engine optimization, that's it, is a way to actually help your business be seen on Google. Like when you go to Google, you search for like cakes in Cebu, cakes in Davao. If you search for these things, ngano ang mogawas dira kay mga topics na interested ka. So that's SEO. So that's search engine and the works. And we'll utilize those tools nga what are we can do to actually help our websites rank in traffics nga we can utilize for our customers. And Facebook ads, I've been talking about like going into personalization. We can create different ads depending if kanang a person kay depende sa iyang edad, depende sa iyang gender, depende sa iyang depende asa siya nagpuyo. So we can target those, and the best way to do that is to use Facebook ads and to use personalized campaigns depending on their interests. And also, influencer marketing is using content creators online that are slowly growing here in Visayas and Mindanao. So there are a number of people who have actually utilized the use of Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, their blogs, and basically all these resources that they have, and actually TikTok. So we have also a discussion about TikTok on a later episode. And these things, we'll be talking more about these in-depths in the coming weeks. But basically for now, those are the topics we'll be discussing in the couple of weeks. And I hope you stick around to that. And I'll be recording more of these talks. And definitely, I'm open for your questions. So this is the part where, based on what we've discussed and what you've heard from me, I want you guys to ask me questions. I want you to think of it as an opportunity for you to grow. And we'll be talking about this in a while. And I hope to hear your questions if you have any. And Manasha, so thank you guys for listening to my talk. So this has been an introduction to digital marketing. And I hope you've learned something from our talk today. Thank you. Daghang salamat.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir Rome, for that very informative introduction to digital marketing. Again, if you have any questions or clarifications to ask Rome, please do type it in the chat box. Wow, that was a good dollop of learning in our first session. And to think that was just the introduction to digital marketing. What more if we finish the whole course? So, all right, we won't keep you waiting. Let us proceed to the Q&A. I'm sure that many of you have a lot of questions for Sir Rome. Let's begin.
Hello.
Let's begin with my question.
Sige,
First
ma'am.
question. What's the best advice you can give to those who just started to promote their products online?
Okay. So I think we're coming from a point of view, a perspective from a business owner who just invested their time and resources to go online. And probably it's coming from this time and age daghan na gid kayo ang mga businesses nag-online. And basically, digital marketing, they've tried most likely social media. So, mao na ang easy start there sa Philippines context. And for any business who just started to go online, my best advice siguro is you don't have to be everywhere. You don't have to be in Facebook, in Instagram, in YouTube, in Twitter. You don't have to be in all the platforms. You can just start with one. And in this case, I guess the best advice is you can start with Facebook and then grow your audience there. Try, because limited data resources, so we're unlikely to do all of those platforms na tay content for each. It might be tiring from our part and maglisod ta. So it's best to just start with one, focus on that, and always also be on the lookout for your competitors or find other brands who can be your inspiration. Learn from them. So more siya copy and paste, but instead of pasting exactly unsa imo gi-copy, you try to also improve unsa ilang mga gipangbuhat, making sure ang imong gibuhat is perfect for your own audience, for your customers. So kana siguro akong best advice, miss. And also to continue this course, this 8th session, make sure you finish this para at least this can be an add-on experience, an add-on knowledge para you can apply to your own digital marketing efforts. Kana siguro,
Are there
miss.
social media platforms that are good for, online marketing?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Kanang
Best
platforms?
for online. Yes.
Kung
Facebook
kinana,
or
miss.
YouTube or...
Okay. So sa Philippine nga context, kung mangutana kag any non-techie nga wala any idea with technology, their answer must likely be if Facebook, free Facebook. In fact, kanang free Facebook for most people kay that's already internet for them. So mas daghan ang online sa Facebook kaysa kay mag-Google. Although sa una kay everyone's Googling, but right now everyone's on Facebook. So if you have your brand on Facebook, that's already a good start for your business. So you can utilize different tools and may marketplace, may mga pages, may mga groups, may mga, in fact, kung naninda ka mga products, there are mga online seller, nga mga platforms, nga mga groups dira. Pwede ka mamalikya. I have friends nga who started their own business also by selling sa kanilang mga Facebook groups. And so far, successful man sila. So that's probably something you could start. Ana.
Okay. Here's one question from a participant. You mentioned the importance of knowing your customers. Do I still need to be online if our place has a bad internet connection and my customers are having problems with their internet as well?
Okay.
That's a very common problem.
That's a common problem, especially internet connection in this day and age. Medyo unstable. So, my answer to that is depende what you're selling. And depende sa same place. If you're a tourism attraction, so tourists might be the first people nga pwede nimo ma-target sa imong products nga gibaligya. Kay for example, we went to Siquijor last year sa katong with DTI also, and then na mga different sites na mga tourist spots. Mga people dito dili man online, but they were able to add their places in Google Maps. So when tourists try to check for attractions sa kanang place, most likely they will search online. They will search in Google, try to check on sa mga spots nga pwede nila pwede maduan. And that's a potential customer. If currently wala kay tourist, probably if you can just utilize the online resources, you can include this in your potential market and customers in the future. So even though so mao na siya, miss, magdepende siya if unsay mo products are if pwede siya for fit for tourism, then it's a good idea to go online. Pero mao na siya kay you might not necessarily need to be in all platforms, but just have a presence there, just update it from time to time. And na siya, start with what you have. Start with your own resources. So yes, ang answer na.
In going online, what is the most challenging aspect that local MSMEs should look out for? That's another common question.
Well said. I mentioned that earlier sa katong talk nako about skills training. Kay daghan kay ganahan mag-online, but they don't know where to start. They don't know how to start. Or probably they've started already and they don't know how to level up. So kana skills is something possible nga challenge. But at the same time, the good idea here is there are already a lot of online resources. In fact, free resources on YouTube, on Facebook, on YouTube and on Google that they can search their articles, their videos that they can watch to upskill themselves. So they just need time to digest these resources. So, Anesha, that's one of the challenge aside from the internet connection, which is actually pretty common also.
Yes. I feel for you because we also have the same problem at our house.
Yes. Yes, miss. So,
how can MSMEs be equipped with knowledge about digital marketing? Di ba you have kanang mga give out brochures or something?
Okay. So miss, how can they be equipped with the knowledge, or basically how they can upskill themselves? there are resources online that they can check. And in fact, kaniya tong digital marketing course, kaya we have a course platform, an online course platform for this. Now you can review the videos that we make, and I'll be also giving out some handouts for you to check out later, especially for those people who have difficulty understanding Bisaya. So I have a handout. It's all in English. You can definitely review that. I'll give you a link later, but they're basically online resources that can help you train, and all you just need is some time to learn this. But aside siguro na if mag-isod ka on your own, but you have a daughter, a son, or nakakaila nila ang relative nga who can be who are more tech aware and tech savvy than you are, and they can help you with this. Kay I've also went to, I think kato sa Negros, like we went to Dumaguete one time, and then isa ka MSME nga mag-food sa iyang product, and then ang nag-control sa iyang Facebook page talent kay iyang anak. So that's one way nga you can do that. So just find your resources. You don't have to invest a lot of resources on start with what you have, then take it from there, improve slowly. Then if you grow, you need to add more people, then you probably can hire someone else or help within the neighborhood. But I guess you can start with yourself. Invest in yourself.
Yes. Okay. Okay, sige. Okay. So it's a private chat.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Anika. Okay. Hi, I'm Anika Sena from NOCCI. You have mentioned that one disadvantage of DM is security and privacy. I know of an online seller who was cloned through Facebook, and many of his customers were scammed. How do we avoid this from happening?
Okay. Marag naay someone nga na scam, and then how do we avoid that from happening?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's a rampant problem, Jod, nga maglisod sad ta, nga lisod ta og trace. But I think the best way we can do is to ask someone more knowledgeable, if just to make sure nga before you pay money. Usually man god kay if most na naka-advantage with, for example, selling or e-commerce nga here in the Philippines nga context nga, we have this kind of COD, cash on delivery. So as much as possible, avoid giving your money before seeing the product. So mao na siya nga, I think one of the solution that isa sa solution sa kanang problem with scams here in the Philippines is avoid paying money to someone you cannot trust. Kanang walay a good track record nga they have already equipped their systems nga daghan na silang mga other success online na sila mga customers. So for those businesses who just started, it's really a good idea to start with COD. Kay mao na siya kay especially coming from a user nga perspective, maglisod siya with how do I trust someone I haven't met, someone nga wala ko. If kana siya nga business kay wala siya tanan, then avoid basta murag nasa tay mga several makita online nga kanang murag medyo natay mga trigger warning already nga this is a potential scam. So careful ka na, especially kana murag madato din ka or usually these are mga areas nga pwede na to i-avoid yun. So that's one way siguro mo ako na think. But sige,
okay. Anyway, if you want to expound on it, naman tas Facebook Live. So kung nasa questions there, Rome can actually answer you.
Yeah, I'll spend an hour after this webinar to answer most of the questions there. So if you have some questions right now nga wala pa niyo na ask, or there are quite a lot of mga pending there nga questions, so don't be afraid, just comment it sa Facebook para I'll be answering some of those questions later after this Q&A.
Okay. There is one more question here. How do I convert my FB ads to sales? I've tried a few times and got many likes, but no orders. I'm not sure
Okay.
if they help get my product sold in the supermarkets.
Okay.
That's her
Okay.
question.
Okay. Sige. I think it's a common mistake with for those who started
Facebook
with
ads.
Facebook ads. Kay usually they start with kind of boost post nga kuan man gud mes like kanang Facebook page na kay pwede makakita dira mga post, di ba? Yeah, then na-add na siya sa kilid nga boost post. So usually people just boost post, pay Facebook to reach that and so promote that without understanding what is going on behind. If they don't know these like pwede man gud ka nga when doing Facebook ads, you can basically specify o sa imong objective. Is it to gain Facebook pages nga likes, to gain post nga comments, likes, and shares? Or if you have a store already, do you want people to visit the store? You can specify different objectives, or you can specify for sales, for add to cart. Dagan siya, especially with e-commerce, if you have a website. Pero if wala sad, you can also optimize them for actually messages. For those Facebook pages nga wala sila website, the best way you can do is to encourage your people to send a message. I think I mentioned this already, but that's a strong that's a one way to actually convert these people to possible customers in the future. Kay isa sad sa limitations with Facebook ads, especially if atong products kay offline, kana we can't be able to track if makahalin ba gid ni siya, is ato objectives kay medyo limited, but we can try to optimize and be specific with what we are selling, usa sa atong objectives for that campaign. Kay not all our campaigns are generally directed to sales man dayon. Pwede man nato nga first natong objective kay getting people to know the brand. Dili beta diretso like I think there's a concept on that sa psychology of marketing psychology nga people who haven't heard about you, have known anything about you, they're not likely to buy your products the first time they met you. So what you can do is slowly bring them in the process, introduce your product, what you can offer, ang mga advantages nimo before them selling them to a certain sales page. Or na. So we have also a specific topic for that. We have a specific course for this in a later session. Yeah. So katalas na siguro for now, introduction.
Okay. One more question. Why should we pay Facebook and these social media channels when we can just post for free? Is this valid? Point.
Valid siya nga question, miss. Actually, tanan diri nga questions kay valid. Especially if you're coming from a perspective nga, you just started to do digital marketing, any question you have is valid. And although there are better ways to phrase a question than others, but this one is actually a good question. Like why you should pay Facebook when you can post it for free? And that the reason is katong mga current, you can ask yourself several questions. Primero siguro you can ask like, who are the people liking your page? So kana siya. Second, who are following your page? And if you post something on your Facebook page, dili siya guarantee nga 100% tanang nag-like, tanang nag-follow sa imong page kay makakita sa post. Facebook has made it to a point right now nga it's a pay to play. Kailangan ka mo bayad ni Facebook to get more reach, to get to your specific target audience. I'm saying this because with Facebook ads, you can specify asa ka nga different specific market imong i-target. For example, you can target the mommies, you can target the fathers, you can target the teenagers, or those people who have work, or for those other business owners, those people who are interested in food, interested in unsa ba, you can specify based on their interest and their demographics. And that's the advantage of using Facebook ads rather than just posting on your Facebook page nga you don't know who's seeing your post. Most likely just your followers, but not all of them, just a small percentage. Kana, miss?
There's another query here. Can you share to us benefits of digital marketing to local businesses if they want to increase their reach digitally, especially at this time when we are hit by the COVID-19 pandemic? How do you think this platform can help local businesses? I am asking this so our members will be able to see its importance and relevance as we are turning into digitalization.
Okay, so I guess
turning digital.
I guess I think the best way to actually do that is to have your own, to sell. You can start with selling on Facebook. Like, selling on Facebook is very easy. Like, you can dali ra kay siya for business owners, but getting sales medyo dira na mo struggle gamay. But I think the question mainly, my first part sa question kay these business owners who just started to go online, they need proof. They need proof of concept, miss ba? Nga if I invest in this platform, I need to be able to sell. So you can ask yourself, what products are you selling? Is it something barato lang, or are you selling something more than 1,000 pesos? If that's below you can definitely start with promoting on Facebook. I think one area sa Facebook is Facebook groups. It has been utilized locally. I've seen a lot of businesses posting their, for example, if they're selling food, let's go with para mas specific ta. If they're selling food and they post it on their Facebook groups, dakog chance nga kani nga mga members sa group will be able to see. And there are actually Facebook groups on certain places like Cebu City, Baron, or even Guadalupe, for example, like it's a barangay in Cebu City. So you can there are this marketplaces in Facebook or mga groups good siya, and try to find somewhere in your area. Is there anything existing? Probably there is, or if wala, you can definitely create within your community. Kay you can start there. You can start with having this mga places nga you can, especially if food imo ha. Pero if you go with other areas, but we need more to understand unsa ang imong customers, also customer profile, unsa ilang mga interests, and what type of product you're selling. So the advice can differ a bit depende on unsay answer ani nga mga follow-up questions. Did I answer the question ba, miss? Or I'm not sure if I missed the second part.
Murag na related question, Ana. Is it better to sell sa known online platform selling site like Lazada, Shopee, rather than just go to Facebook and
Okay, that's a good question, miss. Kay for Lazada and Shopee, if you sell there, nanay system si Lazada o si Shopee to arrange the deliveries and pwede sa COD. So you just pay a small percentage sa imong sales to them. They will arrange the deliveries na, and ay mo rang buhaton from your end is to list your product, wait for a buyer, and then someone will pick up the product and then they will pay, and then once mo pay sila ibutang sa imong wallet dito online. So dali siya. So mas secure siya from your end as a seller and also from the buyer. Legit ka. Then nalay mo certain fee nga gamay. Compared when you sell with marketplace with Facebook, with I think Carousel, more like OLX sa una. Carousel, it's another platform similar to Facebook Marketplace. What they do is you can list down the products, pero you arrange yourself the deliveries, everything, payment methods, sa inana sila. So manual siya tanan. So if you want manual tanan, then you can definitely do that. But with Shopee and Lazada, they have a system na so it's easier for you, and all you have to do is just sell the product, create the product, put it there, and others can buy it. Ang disadvantage lang niya is daghan ka competitors. Like if you're selling a very competitive product, most likely kay daghan sana like ang style ba sa mga sellers yun kay mag-check dayon like if kani sila nga product paron kay naani nga seller, i-check din nila ang Shopee or Lazada or i-check nila other places or even marketplace and Facebook. I-check nila as pinakabarato, as pinakaduol, or as in free delivery, for example. So these mga follow-up questions can maka-affect siya sa imong sales. So medyo, well, the good thing with online is everyone is online. The bad thing is your competitors are also online. So wala na siya. So it's nice to have.
Pero he was asking kung say mas advantageous. Is it going through the famous nga mga shopping online platforms or just staying at Facebook and
Kuan miss, kato, personal na ko nga recommendation siguro kay you ask yourself, first question is, are you willing to pay a small fee to Shopee and Lazada? If yes, then you can definitely go there. But if you go there also, mas daghan kog competitors, like price yun certain pesos sa mga difference kay basin lain na siya. And also sa kani nga mga platforms kay nakanindot lang niya kay most people are likely to trust these platforms already because naman sila mareklamuhan if ever mas assured ka nga dili ka scam kay people can give negative review to you and the platform can reprimand you for selling bad quality and so you dali mas transparent siya if you go to these platforms pero na siya added nga cost gamay. On the other hand, if you go with marketplace with Facebook for example, and you can sell within your locality, mas dali siya dira. So, pros and cons. Kay pros ni marketplace, if you're selling within your area yun, you can just go with Facebook Marketplace. Kay anyway, you can arrange delivery raman with Lalalo, Grab, or unsa dira nga angkas, naris mga certain. Pero if nag-sell na ka outside within your area, nga nanay mga shipping involved, it's much better to go with the platforms. Kay sila naman ang arrange ato for you. Dili na ka-hassle.
So, wala kay problema with delivery.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, one last question. Since, I think, kulang na this time. Pwede pa? Taas pa ba?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, aside from posted reviews of the seller, what would be another basis for evaluating, knowing a legit seller or prospective buyer of a certain product or service? So may mga, how would we know a legit seller from not non-legit? Or
okay.
This is for mga buyers.
Yeah. Nasa ko personal experience na kay what I do is when I buy products online, sakto gina you try for check for reviews and if it's on Facebook na may mga reviews there sa Facebook page or aside na kay testimonials, like usually what online sellers do now, they take a photo of those mga people nga nakadawat nila. And the good thing man sad with Filipinos in general, kay okay kita with pictures. Like kung na pa-picture kay okay na dahil go lang anana. So mao na siya nga try to look for people also. Try to ask recommendations from your friends. Sometimes magod kay our friends nga unsa ilang napalit na online kay most likely you can trust your friends recommendation. So kana siya. So aside sa testimonials and reviews, another thing is you can check if na ang ilang ba mga pages kay dugay na nahimo. So kung bag-o pa na nga page, most likely natay more risk ana kung dugay na lang nga page and daghan na mga reviews and you can see some reviews even 5 months, 6 months ago.
Positive ang reviews.
Oo. So, mas daghan na sila sa mga followers and everything. So, na most likely nga chance nga legit sila. So, these are some of the you can also check with their photos or basically miss. I think these are some mga but ang main yun nga basis is testimonials and reviews kay dira man taw kaibaw. Although isa lang sa challenge kay this testimonials can also be gamified, pwede siya nga dili ina naka like that's also a concern with digital marketing and with e-commerce. So mao na siya nga as much as possible if you can do COD to someone seller nga dili ka trust, choose COD. So mao lang siguro na ako.
Kung first time buyer ka online, may COD lang una.
Yep. And
okay.
Usually naraman sa COD if small amount ay mga products pabaligyaon. So dili na kay siya issue.
So another question is, are there some common marketing mistakes in using social media platforms which should be avoided by first-time online sellers?
Okay. I think isa sa mga mistakes yun is trying to be everywhere. I mentioned this earlier. I think you are on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram.
Napag ka Twitter, napag Instagram.
So, nakatanan. Yeah, and then you try to be active everywhere, and you're wondering at the end of the day, why is my digital marketing strategy not working? It's probably because wala kay focus. And while our customers can be everywhere online, we can start with one area, probably Facebook or Instagram. Usually, miss, ako na noticed kay if visual imong product, food, or anything visual, you can definitely start with Instagram. I've seen a lot of sellers and I've bought some products na sad. For those sellers nga, Instagram page lang yun, dito na communicate with the messages. And nakanindot sa ni Facebook now is they were able to integrate already the kanang messages ni Instagram. Pwede na siya ma-connect sa Facebook page. Yeah, then so easier na lang ang communication coming from a seller nga perspective. If you reply to someone on Facebook or Instagram, isa ka inbox imong tan-awon. So mao na siya advice nako is take to platforms that you know, one or two, and
focus lang
big there. Focus kana. Kay limited ra ba yato resources gyud. We can't do it everywhere.
So next question, what do you think is the best strategy to build relationship online? Especially we just started setting up your platform. Is it good to do first paid reach or organic reach?
Okay. Yeah. Kana nindot siyang a question, miss. Like, should you invest in Facebook ads the moment ka naka-online? Depende. There are different instances nga. There are different questions nga. You have to ask yourself, apil na ba asad nga na say risk involved? You might be, for example, madiretso kag ads. After a week, na-realize mo you're not getting any sales. Then you stop na ka and then you claim na dahil nga Facebook ads doesn't work. So that there are different strategies ba ya. So if you don't know much about how this specific technology work, then you might not. It might be a good idea nga if you're already paying for the platform, do it better, do it the good way, the right way. Kaya nag-invest naman jud ka with kwarta. So try also to probably learn the skills. We have a special course for that. I think 7 course na to with Facebook ads. So I'll discuss there the topics and some things you should know when you go with Facebook ads. So I'll dig more deeper about that question in a later course. But for now, organic, on the other hand, you're not paying Facebook. So if you can create some content that has potential to go viral or to reach more audience, or let's say kanang food ka, you have nice photos, probably you can create those, or you can share that with Facebook groups. Utilize the power of Facebook groups. Facebook has been, especially kind of local communities, that's one area you can try to check if it works there. Basta don't rely on just posting on your Facebook page. If you can also share that or post it in your own wall, mo na siya nga naiubay mga business owners nga they try also to just use their own account to sell, or they create a Facebook account for their business. That's an area that not really advisable, but you can definitely start with something that you know. And ang disadvantage lang ana niya is if account imong gi-create for your business, nakay-limit to 5,000 friends. Friends pagid na ha. Dili siya follower. Although pwede siya ma-add ng mga followers, pero limited siya compared sa if you do it with Facebook page nga, you can go and do Facebook ads later on. So ano siya. But experiment lang yun. The best way is you test it out for yourself, one platform at a time, one strategy at a time, and then assess after if there's anything you can improve, or is there an area that probably you missed. And as we go along in this course, we'll discuss more about that, different fundamentals with digital marketing, what to avoid, and so just stick around for that. Ana siguro, miss.
Okay. Another question is, you have mentioned many advantages of business going online.
Yes.
Can you cite the disadvantages of those to prepare those who are wanting to bring their business out in the net? Murag mga anxious ni siya nga seller.
Oh yeah, I also mentioned
disadvantages daw.
Yeah, I also mentioned the disadvantages earlier. So you can review the video. Natay 5 dito ka items. I think you can definitely start with skills, and next is not everyone is able to go online. Another issue is security, and kana siya na
murag nawagtang si
kanila siya. So pwede talaga siya ma-improve. These are mga disadvantages. Yeah, there's a valid concerns actually. So wala na siya. But do not focus so much on the disadvantages. Nga murag hello? Do not
Yeah, I can hear you.
Disadvantages. Okay. Sorry about that. So although like with a limited internet connection, so these things happen yet from time to time. But if you focus on negatives of digital nga, you stick around na lang with traditional marketing, with what you've been doing outside online, you will not be able to grow, and you're not likely to attain any success if you just focus on the negatives. But it's a valid concern. So, ano lang.
There's another question here. How do you convert likes into sales?
Okay.
Kanunay niyang problema daw.
Okay. Like, daghan siya Facebook pages nga likes, or
daghan kay siya likes daw sa product, pero wag ginipalit. That's their main problem.
Another thing is, what product are you selling? So what product are you selling? Are these people liking your intended customers, or are they your friends? Or basin ang nag-like dili nimo makaila. So ano lang siya, one way to do that is if people are actually commenting on your post, ask them to send a message. That's one way. Pero sometimes also if na sila valid question dira sa comments, answer as much as you can. And if you can also bring them in to a message, okay, if you can bring people already to your inbox nga, you are one-way communicating. So they can ask more questions about your product, and you can explain more tips on how say advantages sa mo products. Then slowly over the process. So depende gyud sa products kay if your product is barato ra, then probably you should be able to sell that. Pero basin you're selling a condo sad, so mahal kayo siya. So take into account how much your product costs and what it is. And kisa ang mga customers nga nag-like sa imong post baron, kisa mga nag-comments, are they your intended audience? So don't worry about that for now. As next week, we will be discussing about knowing your customers online. So we'll go much more specific into say mga types of customers and what can we do to actually be more specific kisa tong gitarget, because not everyone is your customer. You need to specify sa ilang mga interests, and we can create content, and we can create something these people nga they would need, or they would like, and they would be interested in, para dili lang sila magsig-like. Kaya basin lang nag-like po na kaya ito mga friends or unsa.
Speaking of mahal, okay, one last question.
Okay.
Speaking of mahal, nisugot ang buyer daw to buy
Okay.
700 worth of ukulele. But then the LBC or shipping firm, mas mahal kaysa product. So what na dayon ang buyer?
Oh, wait, medyo nawala ko sa part. Mas mahal ang shipping kaysa product?
Yes.
Yeah. That's another concern, definitely. So
for them, it's expensive.
Oo. So, dira nimo i-assess. So, mana siya ang disadvantage. Probably dira mo gawas are these products na by mga local sellers? Kay most likely dili siya model. Ang question, miss, is how can I convince a buyer to buy a product na mas mahal shipping fee?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot convince a buyer to do that. And even if ako siguro si buyer
find a cheaper deliverer of your product.
Bisan ako si buyer, di sa gumudayon siguro if mas mahal sa shipping fee kaysa sa product itself. So probably that's something. What you can do is you can sell bundles. Like instead of selling one product, you can sell 5 or 10 para mas dako nimo. Yeah, then you have, if you're selling bundles, then you have to integrate the value of savings. Yeah, if people will buy this, they can save more. So depende po na sa imong product. So without knowing on sa imong product, I won't be able to answer that. But general, if mas mahal si shipping fee kaysa sa product itself, bisan ako dili ko mopalit.
So, okay, that ends our Q&A session. So thank you so much, Sir Rome, for educating us today. And we'll see you in the next session. You'll be back next week, Thursday. Gapon, digital marketing expert and consultant, founder and CEO of Bisaya Digital. Let's give a big hand to Mr. Rome Nicolas Bunsokan. And that's a wrap for our first session sa atong new webinar series about digital marketing strategies for MSMEs. Thank you for taking the first step in this initiative to help your business survive this crisis by attending the first webinar of the series. We hope to see you in our upcoming webinars and finish the whole course para sa ikakabuti ng business nyo. Thank you so much for participating in our webinar and for engaging in our Q&A. And of course, a big thank you to DTI Region 7 for initiating and organizing this online course and for taking the time and effort to invite the best person to share his knowledge on digital marketing. If you enjoyed today's Okay. Please stay on Zoom. We still have an announcement to make. If you enjoyed today's webinar, as well as our previous webinars, good news, because there are more webinars coming your way. October 29, knowing and reaching out to your customers online. November 3, business startup stories. November 5, e-commerce, how to sell your products online. November 10, government programs for entrepreneurs. November 12, content marketing, using content to promote your brand. November 19, social media marketing, using social media to connect with your customers. November 26, Facebook and Instagram marketing tips for MSMEs. December 3, Facebook ads for beginners to promote your products online. December 4, new digital marketing strategies to explore beyond 2020. All these coming webinars are geared towards MSMEs. Through this webinar series, DTI Region 7 aims to provide actionable digital marketing recommendations to help MSMEs grow their businesses. DTI 7 also aims to create a digital marketing strategy for MSMEs to increase their revenue and customers. So if I were you, I will participate in all the sessions of the course to gain knowledge on how my business can thrive in the digital space. Once again, thank you for joining DTI Region 7's Introduction to Digital Marketing. For updates on relevant webinars, like us on Facebook at DTI Region 7 Central Visayas. To rewatch our webinars, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, DTI 7 Digital. I'm Georgie Villamor, saying that with perseverance and grit, your business can get back on its feet. Embrace change, welcome the better normal. There's a big, exciting digital world out there. Goodbye and stay safe, everyone. Please, for those in the Zoom, please stay for the photo op. Thank you.